welcome from daVinci Schools, from the middle school, teacher of 7th and 8th grade math, Shane Menard. Hey, Shane.
How you doing today, sir?
Good to see you. I'm good. How are you?
Good, wonderful.
Getting a little antsy, summer fever with less.
We're getting close. Yeah, we're getting very close. June 9th will be our last day of school, so the kids are getting anxious. I think everybody's getting a little anxious for summer to be here. Feels like it's here.
Yeah.
Now it's
well, summer weather's definitely here.
definitely, yeah.
So we've seen a lot of growth with daVinci, particularly in the last few years.
Absolutely.
You're on a roll.
Yeah, we are. We're growing. We have our 6th through 12th grade now out at the old Baker building.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a separate middle school, high school, and true middle school, high school now. Growing a lot of different ways. This year we had a lot of athletic growth. We had basketball for our high school and middle school. We had our first ever middle school wrestling team, middle school track team, boys and girls track, and our first esports team this year. So
nice.
we're really growing and expanding, but not losing who we are in the growth. Really focusing on who daVinci is and the purpose we serve, and keeping that first and foremost despite the growing size.
You have a unique story at daVinci because you've had, I think, just about every role possible. Well, you haven't been a student.
I was not a student, no.
Not a student,
I was not.
But you've been a parent of students.
Yeah, both my children graduated from daVinci. I volunteered to help get the robotics program started up. I volunteered for that. I sat on the school board for a year. Now I'm a coach of the esports team, and I'm a teacher there. So I've seen daVinci from pretty much every angle you can see it from.
Nice.
So.
And the former Baker College campus, now it's the daVinci campus.
It really is.
There's more growth. There's expansion plans.
Absolutely.
That are in the works. Details yet to come. But it's an exciting time for daVinci.
Very exciting time. Like I said, it's a great time to be part of daVinci. We're growing. We're trying to become more part of the community, get really community involved, and really get all of our kids where they need to be.
Which came first, your job as a teacher or your kids as students?
As students.
Okay.
Both. When I separated from the military, we moved back to the area, and both my kids started out at one of the local public schools here, and they just didn't feel like it clicked with them. It just didn't. It was a big change from going to school on a military base to going to a school in a smaller town, and it just wasn't a fit for them. And then we found daVinci just by touring the Jackson County Fair. Saw the daVinci booth, went to the open house, and before we even walked in the door, all the teachers at the primary school knew who we were, knew our kids' names, understood their story, all that before we even got there. Just on we might show up at the open house. And the kids instantly fell in love with it, and we signed them up that day and haven't looked back since.
Wow.
I've been all daVinci since then.
So being a military family, were you moving around a lot?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we moved quite a bit. And then this is the longest I think we've been in one place now that we're here. Of course, both my kids have moved on to college and that, but...
So I was going to ask, what's been their experience since daVinci? How did you feel that they were prepared for whatever their next step was?
It was with our small class sizes. I always look at when my kids come in or into my classroom or my children, it's an A to B. They start here, we need to get them here. A lot of schools, this is the path we're taking, this is how we're going to get them there. But with our small class sizes, we could have 22 kids taking 22 different paths to get to B. And that's the advantage we have at daVinci, is we can make sure everybody's on the path they need to be on to be able to reach that goal that they need to be at.
So they're both in college?
They both are in college, absolutely. I have one up at Michigan State and one at Baker.
Nice.
So absolutely, yeah.
They're doing well?
Doing very well.
Good.
Very well.
What's your path to being a teacher from the military?
That's an interesting story. So when I got out of the military, I'm 100% permanent and total disabled. So I took 2 years and decided I'm going to be retired. And I loved every second of it. But my wife went back to school, and I, of course, being disabled from the military, I went to go to school for free. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, I'll go to school. So I went to Spring Arbor and actually majored in business and political science. So no teaching whatsoever. One of our teachers was going through her master's program, and she knew me as a parent. So she asked me to come in because she needed to interview one of the parents. So I went in, she interviewed me in that, and we discussed that I was graduating college, and she asked me if I ever thought about teaching, and I was on the school board by this point. So I thought about it. I was an instructor while I was in the Air Force. So I went and talked to Sandy, our superintendent, and kind of got set up, and I'm going through a secondary certification program, and I'm going in. This is my third year, just finishing up teaching middle school math.
Oh, that's a cool story. And but you're a math teacher, and you weren't on that path in college.
No, not at all. I initially was going to school for mechanical engineering and physics, so I changed my major going into my senior year, like every good college student should. And so I have a fairly strong math background.
Yeah, mechanical engineering. I'm sure there's a lot of math. I'm just guessing.
A little bit.
All right, you brought some photos of some of the things happening.
Yeah, this is, like I said, this is our first year for our middle school wrestling team. And just some photos here of them. We don't necessarily have all the best facilities right now, but boy, our coaches make do, and they really did a great job this year getting everything going, and the kids absolutely loved it, took off. I definitely, in my class, from our student athletes, saw an increase in grades, saw an increase in attendance, really a change of attitude for a lot of them to really embrace their education and their schooling a lot more, and just absolutely wonderful this year.
Well, I've noticed in sports you've had the opportunity to compete against JPEC, and I think for both schools, similar sizes, I would imagine, that gives you some par competition.
Absolutely, yeah. It's really been great for our kids. Like I said, we had our first wrestling this year, track, we had cheer for high school, middle school, we had basketball, high school, middle school, and our esports. So we're doing great things.
Nice. And are you actually just practicing wrestling in the hallway, or are you having?
No, we have a mat in our commons area that they just warm up in the hallways and that, because it's a little cold to be running around outside and that.
Yeah, well, it's very casual. I've always felt this school's casual. It seems like a casual school.
It is. It's casual in the ways we can be, and yet we still have we still keep our standards and our professionalism and all that where it needs to be.
What happens during the summer? Families that are interested in making a move to daVinci, is there opportunity at the end of the year or before the new school year starts?
Absolutely. They can call our school at any time. Check out our website. It's going to give you all the information you might need to enroll new students. And then we have our open house, of course, before the next school year starts. And that's really where you can come in, see all the teachers, check out the facilities, get to know everybody, and really understand why daVinci is a great choice for a lot of students.
How about for those interested in college, are you part of the Jackson County Early College?
Yes, we are, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, just with the rest of we do a lot of we're on the same schedule as the rest of the schools in the ISD, and we function, all of our admin goes to the meetings with all the other administrators for the schools. So we really are a piece of that puzzle. Yeah. And
you start at K?
Pre-K.
Pre-K.
Pre-K through 12, yes sir. We have openings for everybody all the way through.
And when you say smaller class size, what's a typical average class size?
Our cap is 22, so we can't go over 22 in any class. I think my largest this year was 20. So it really gives you that opportunity to work with kids one-on-one, get some more individual attention, as well as meet them where they are, and then help them reach the goals that we set together, the students and the teachers.
And since you've been at Baker, you've been able to increase the facilities. You've got like the giant cafeteria, and you've got a lot of common spaces now, and a little bit more room
than the old building. My children went to school in the old building, and it was, I think if everybody exhaled at once, the windows might have fallen out. So it's a lot bigger now, and a lot more room to grow, and a lot more room to just kind of spread out and really use our spaces that we have to our advantage.
And how many, have you had the graduation yet?
No, not yet.
No.
I think we're on pace for, I think we're around 35 this year. Okay. So be a good class. Next Wednesday at the Michigan Theater will be our graduation though.
That's right, downtown, the Michigan Theater.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, congratulations on another great year at daVinci, and great to hear all the updates. Thanks for coming in today.
Absolutely, thank you for having me.
He's a middle school teacher in 7th and 8th grade math, and also esports coach, a volunteer, a parent, and former school board member, Shane Menard.